Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is your man, Corey G, your New York Uber driver, bringing you another video. First of all, I'd like to apologize to all my subscribers. I know it's been a little while since I put out a video. Actually, I do have several videos right now on hold. I just didn't upload them to YouTube, and that's because there's been a whole lot of changes in TLC, especially the vehicle license requirements. That was actually going to be my next video that I was going to post up, because it's very important as far as you follow those video license requirements and how to actually get it. But being that they put some new information, new things that you have to do, it kind of forced me to scrap that whole video and redo the whole thing all over again, do some more research and do the whole thing all over again. So some of my subscribers been asking, where have I been? Yes, I've been reading your messages and everything else. Well, this is what happened. Last month, your New York Uber driver got into a car accident, beginning of February. I was coming home, doing Uber, and I got into the accident right in front of my house. Can you believe that? And what normally happens here is, where I live at, I live in a complex, and the complex has a private parking lot. And I have a personal car, something separate from Uber, that I drive an Uber car. And I usually take my personal car from my parking spot, park it on the street. This way I can hold a parking spot for me when I come home late at night. This way I don't have to hunt around trying to find trying to find a good parking spot. So I was parked, I pull up next to my car. I'm just about to get out my car. Next thing you know, another TLC driver rear ends me. So she rear ends me. My car, she pushes me onto my personal car. Yes, that's right, I said it. One man damaging both of his cars. I couldn't believe it myself. So that kind of forced me, out for a little while. I got my personal car fixed. Now I'm working on my now the Uber car, the Cadillac that you know from my previous videos. That's almost done. Hopefully I could be back in action in about the next week or two. And I know it's been juicy going on out there. Because I've been watching, I've been looking at the app and looking at the areas, and I'm like, oh wow, look how much cheddar it is out there. So I know it's been pretty good this past winter, and unfortunately I missed it. I was been waiting for it too, but c'est la vie, life goes on. Point is, hey, even though I got into an accident, I'm living to tell about the story, which is the most important thing. The other driver, well, let's just say this. She may not want to buy that type of car again. I won't say what type of car, but she probably won't want to buy that type of car again. This is what happened to her car. Well, let me start off with my car, my damages. Well, my damage was my rear fender bumper area. Had to get some new, the left suspension got damaged because she really slammed into me on the left hand side. And my right front fender got damaged on the Cadillac. So really most of my damage was like really underbody work, because when she hit, and then her car kind of really went under the bumper. Her damage, very substantial. And this brings us up to this particular video, what you need to do when you get into an accident. Okay, so her damage, the bumper fell off, front grille just totally destroyed. It was just in pieces. She broke her right axle, and the right front axle that was facing the other way, and it was bad. Her airbags did not deploy. That's why I'm saying she probably won't want to get that type of car again. And not only that she was driving, but she had 5 additional passengers in her car. Now you must be saying, what was she doing? Flying at least 40 miles per hour on the street? It has to be, because, you know, I didn't hear no squeaking of tires like she was trying to put on the brakes to avoid hitting me. All I just saw was the impact, as far as when she slammed in the back of me. So she didn't stop until she actually hit the car. So when you get into an accident, you know, as far as you can, best you can do, you know, if you have OnStar or American-made cars, GM vehicles that have OnStar, use your OnStar. Definitely use it. Also, make sure you take pictures. Gotta take pictures, guys. Whether from your cell phone, or if you're like some of us that we have our little video cameras, you know, in our vehicles, take it out. Start recording everything. Your damage, the other person's damage, the scenery around the area. Because this is pretty important, because usually what happens when the police arrive to write up the report, they tend to not write what you tell them. Okay. Because I received a police report and it's not what I told the police officer what happened. And I knew something was fishy, because he was trying to change my story when I was telling him, you know, that I was already stopped. He trying to claim that I came to a stop, but no, I was already stopped. And which makes sense, because I was right by my building, right next to the car that, you know, right next to my personal car. And besides that, they have to put the other car that was damaged, my personal car. So my story was making sense here. Also, the other driver is going to try to state the best he or she can as far as not making it their fault. Now, this is no fault state, but you got to realize that being that she was TLC, I was TLC vehicles, you know, the commercial insurance companies, you know, they still want to assess who was mostly at fault. So she puts down on her report, on the police report, that I veered in front of her. Now, I didn't know she put that down there until I got the police report. I was pretty annoyed when I saw that I veered in front of her. No way, no how that could have happened. Let me tell you why. The street that I was parking at is a one-lane roadway. So, which means there's parked cars on the left side, parked cars on the right side. And it's one lane. No way in the world I'm going to veer in front of you with those parked cars on the side. So, that's out of the question. Also, what's in my favor, which is looking real good, is that the complex where I live at had a CCTV camera pointing down the street. So you'll see, so they see me sitting at the location where she just came flying down the street, not paying attention. You probably said, what, she was blind? No, more than likely she wasn't paying attention. Let me tell you why. When I looked at the police report and looked at all the people, because all the people claim injury. I mean, they have to bring like 4 ambulances, you know, because everybody was claiming injury, because she had like maybe 2 kids under 12 in the car. But here's the kicker, everybody, and this is also a warning for all you other drivers out here too. All the other people in that car was her family. How do I know this? It's because on the police report, not only they all have the same last name as the driver, the address, the home address is at the same home address of the driver. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out that, yeah, they all live in the same household, so which means they're all family. So now here's the other kicker. When the insurance company figures this out, she's probably going to lose her policy as far as to renew her policy. Because remember, you're supposed to be using that commercial insurance for business use. You're not supposed to be using that car for personal use. That's why I have my own personal car. The TLC car is supposed to be for business use. You're not supposed to be driving your family around doing personal stuff. Because if you get into an accident, that, you can default on your policy. So that's a whole nother issue with her. But that's just a warning for all your guys out there who may be driving around and you running, doing personal errands with your family and stuff like that in the car. Don't do it, because if you get into an accident, you may have some trouble down the road with the insurance company when they figure out that you wasn't doing TLC business use. You was using it for your personal use, which is a violation of your insurance contract. So, anyway, make sure you take pictures, review, and if you don't like what is on the police report, okay, you need to go back to the precinct, tell me when to get amended. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to just tell you the straight up truth, because it already happened to me. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to amend the report, but try anyway. You never know. You may come around, you may find, a righteous cop who will do the right thing, but 9 times out of 10, they don't want to bother themselves to write up another report, an amended report, but you have that right. Also, make sure you give every type of detail you can dealing with the accident. Okay, so what you want to do is Google map the location of the accident. So this way, when you turn all that paperwork in, because remember, there's a whole bunch of forms that you got to fill out. You go to the broker, you get all these forms, you got to fill that out. Diagram, I did the next best thing. I took the Google map, I cut it out, draw the cars where I was at, where the other car hit me at, and all that other type of stuff, and I taped it onto the report. So now they have a bird's eye view of the location instead of just drawing, and I'm not an artist, so, but I can cut a piece of paper and stick it on cut a piece of paper of a map and stick it onto the report. I can do that. So my suggestion, make sure you Google that information, and also any other necessary information. Like my situation, there was a CCTV camera. I stressed that on the report. So then this way, when the insurance company have their investigators investigate the accident, they can see that, hey, there's a CCTV camera there. It will possibly maybe record it what happened. And they will know the truth, because cameras don't lie. So make sure you get all this information down, and just make sure you stay on top as far as trying to get your deductible. We have to pay $1,000 deductible on the car accident, and that's if you have the full coverage. Remember that now. Some of you guys out there, you only just driving around with liability, which is by law, that's all we just need. But if you're driving around with full coverage, it's $1,000 and stuff like that. But make sure you fight to get your deductible back, and you may have to go small claims with the other driver. Okay, because it's not much of a help with the insurance company getting it back to you, but just try to stay on it anyway. Is really important. Well, I will be bringing some more videos soon. It's great to be back. So when I finish researching the information dealing with TLC vehicle license requirements, I will be bringing that to you soon. There's also some other videos that I'm also going to be recording. You should be coming to see that very, very soon as well too, because there's some new information even with the driver's license requirements. Some new stuff that's been added since the additional video I did back in November. This is your man Corey G. You and I will become successful together.